going to go with Miss Porter over here. Not my Sharon Porter. We got another Porter on.
Yes.
So,
I'm
yes.
sure there's relationship
Yes.
somewhere.
Oh, wait a minute. And they're both deltas. I had to throw that in there real quick. So,
Yes. Well, Delta number one, Delta number two, Miss Porter number one, Miss Porter
Yes.
number two. Okay, so now that we got that clear, right, Quinn?
Yes.
Yes, I just love it. Real estate. You all into the real estate but real estate, I like one thing that you said in your story.
Mhm.
And I can see that being part of your business and definitely into real estate and where we are now. But it shows that in COVID, I want to ask you that part. Mine's a two-part question, I guess. In COVID, people are buying homes like crazy now. If nobody else is getting busy right now, the real estate market is just extremely high. And probably because the interest rate is so good that everyone is taking advantage of these interest rates out here.
Yes.
But I love the fact that one of your strengths, and definitely needed in business, this business, is patience.
Yep.
And I love that. And I love that you said that, because you know what, especially now where we are, and I say that I just have to ask God to calm my spirit and be anxious for nothing. And and when you have patience, that's what it allows you to do, be anxious for nothing. So I want to just hear from you. How is it now with the pandemic? Is it true that the real estate market is better? And how do you put your patience into your practice?
Oh, wow. Just today, I put my patience into practice as I had a Zoom call to go over a listing agreement with a 78-year-old seller. And on that call was her son, who is her caretaker now, and her niece, who referred her to me. So there were four of us on the call. The seller was very challenged with the Zoom, even though her son was next to her, and the son was challenged with the Zoom. So the objective, probably a week ago, lots of emails back and forth with the seller. She had great questions. I answered them all with email. We spoke on the phone once. So this was a 78-year-old who was sharp as a tack, emailing me back and forth. And we set up a time to talk today, which we did. And we are moving forward to get her property on the market. It is an investment property. It's been rented out the entire time, but she has the confidence that I'm going to get the job done. And yes, the market is hot, hot, hot. I tell everybody, name 5 people you know that have lost their job in this Maryland area. You probably can't name 5. So despite what the news says, the employment rate right now in Baltimore is very strong. I'm in the Baltimore City, Baltimore County community. And then the interest rates, as you said, Karen, they're amazing. So with those two in place, there are a lot of buyers on the market and there are few homes to buy. So we are in a seller's market. And the clients that I represent, when they are buying, we are submitting 3 offers oftentimes before they actually get their contract accepted. And we're competing with anywhere from 3 to 10 offers. So it's a really, really competitive market for buyers, but they are committed. And as a realtor who represents buyers, we have to be patient and educate them and walk through this process with them. So it's an amazing time right now to buy, to sell. And if you haven't checked into it, you might want to refinance.
I love it. I love it. So you talk about your Own Again program.
Yes.
So can you please talk a little more about that?
So I was a little nervous about putting it out there because I haven't fully developed my program yet. However, through the coaching of Quinn Conyers, the amazing speaker coach, as well as my business coach, I have been encouraged to move forward with something that's been burning inside of me for about a year right now. So I am working hard to launch my new program called Own Again, which is going to provide my clients with the mindset, the money, and the motivation that they need to own a home again. So you say, why would somebody own a home again? And that's because they probably, like me, owned a home before and for a variety of reasons no longer own their home. So We're going to get them back out there. We're going to get their mind right. We're going to get their money right. And I'm going to coach them to take forward movement so that they can get those keys again to own again. So look out for that soon coming your way. And I'll be able to service buyers who are all over the United States with that kind of program that we'll have in place. And we'll connect them with some realtors when the time comes in their local area to get them out there looking for that home so that they can own again.
All right, great, great. Yes, please do continue to carry that purpose out. Yes, yes. So Miss R.M. Harris.
Hey.
Wow. Yes, yes. You just have a big personality, and I can feel it. I just do it. And we actually talked offline a couple of times, and one thing I am excited about, when I finally saw your article and got a chance to read it, I was just like, wow, yes, I felt all that in the conversation that we had, that you are poetry, minister, all that, author, speaker, and yes, and then showing up as soon as you get on and Sharon's like, okay, tell us a little about yourself. Quinn, she went for it. She told us all about herself, so I love that. I love that you did that. So my question to you would be, how do you manage to, or do you see, let me ask that would be a better way of phrasing this. Do you see that being a pastor really help you in your poetic moments, and then having your poetic moments, do it help you in your pastoring? And then how you able to filter both sides of that into being an author and a speaker? How do that work for you?
Thank you for asking. That's a really good question, Karen. I'm not a pastor, but I was raised in ministry.
Yet. Pastor, yet.
I hear Quinn.
Thank you, Quinn.
In ministry. My parents are my pastors in ministry. My parents been together almost 50 years. Shout out to my parents, Reverend Ronald and Karen Cole in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, LAPA. And so they've been in ministry since I was yay high. And so I've learned in ministry over the years how to, when people bring their most intimate moments and their most vulnerable moments to you, to your doorstep, that is a privilege that God gives you to minister to them, to give them the healing that they need, the balm in Gilead. God wants to use us as a conduit of healing for them. So you don't take it lightly, and you really, really do what God has called you to do in that capacity so that they can be healed and walk in their purpose and destiny. And so over the years, I've learned that by way of example from my parents. And I am grateful for that opportunity, because it really has served me in the capacity of writing and my poetry. I used to just years ago, when I started journaling and, Rosa Red, Bodice of Blue, Jesus says that he loves you. I used to just do that in my little private journals and different things. But as I begin to share one by one, maybe for Mother's Day or, special event at church, people begin to get really, wind of it and really became impacted by it. I did not know that Rosa Red and Violets of Blue meant that much to somebody else. And so over the years, it really has blossomed into its own unique ministry that I begin to embrace as just that, a unique ministry that the Lord has given me. And I see that people really are healed and encouraged and comforted, empowered by the different poems that God allows me to share. And I don't just sit around, thinking of what to write. That's not kind of my flow. Literally, most of every poem over the years that I have written has been birthed through a circumstance and a situation, a real life experience. And so in this next book that I'm working on right now, and have been for years, I go into sharing the behind the scenes stories of what transpired to provoke those different particular poems that I'll be sharing in the book. And so I find that it's very therapeutic in so many ways to so many people. The passing of a loved one, God gives me a poem. People, come to me in regards to a passing of a loved one, or a wedding celebration, the union of two hearts and two lives coming together as one. They want me to share a part of that. And so that becomes a blessing. And so I really enjoy the unique gift that God has given me of spoken word poetry.
Awesome. Well, ladies, we thank you so much again for taking out the time to be here. Please give our viewers your contact information. We'll start with R.M. Harris, and then I'll ask Ms. Gersha Porter to please follow.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you again, ladies. Dr. Porter, Karen, thank you so much for allowing me to be able to share the gift and all that the Lord has allowed me to be a part of with the Speak Black Woman Tribe, Miss Quinn Conyers. I love her so much. And so you all can connect with me on social media at rmharris.com is my website. rmharris.com is my website. And on Facebook, RM Harris. On Instagram, RM Harris. You can connect with me there. And I just hired the social media people, so you'll see me a little bit more. My presence will be more visible soon. And so I'm super excited about all the upcoming events and projects that I have going on. So definitely stay tuned.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Yes, Ms. Porter.
Yep, you can find me. My name is Gersha Porter, and I am on Instagram as Gersha Porter. I'm on LinkedIn, Gersha Porter, and I am on Facebook as Gersha Hestig Porter. So I look forward to connecting with anybody. And if you are looking to find your next dream home, you can search my website at www.porterpremierhomes.com. Thank you so much. Appreciate this opportunity, Quinn, for opening up the tribe and letting us all be able to be featured in this amazing publication. And we look forward. Thank you, Karen and Dr. Porter.
Thank you.
All of these amazing
Absolutely. Thank you
again.
so much. Absolutely. Again, you can catch them in the print or digital magazine at vnpmagazine.com.